Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. My name's Mike Amos. His name is Bill Rice Jr. as we start a Monday and a Scotty Scheffler show. Stay tuned. Scotty Scheffler is coming in here to talk to us.
Well, we got lumberjack. You look like a lumberjack.
Do I really? I didn't realize it.
I like that lumberjack
look. It's a good-looking plaid if you look it up close. It's a classy plaid, and I like it this morning.
I like it too.
Now, I can go and put a coat on like that now if you want to this morning. We really look classy this morning.
Well, you're normally the one that has a coat, and so
Bill Rice Jr., of course, he got up this morning in Hillcrest, and all those yuppies were out running and doing their calisthenics and all that.
Putting the trash can out.
Steve Kent's in here running everything, running everybody off this morning.
He's walking pretty good.
Yeah, I know it. It makes me think, did he ever have anything wrong with him, you know? 'Cause
he had a little foot issue a
while
back.
Sure did. It was operated on right here. Of course, I want to mention what a grand day it was if you like golf. If you don't like golf, you were in a bad place yesterday if you'd been around my house or anybody else's.
Some people think it's boring and they don't like it. I think some people will watch a little bit because they like the beauty of Augusta. Well, everybody on this show loves it.
Well, and the thing about it, if you think about pressure now and what this thing, this is the most prestigious golf tournament in the world, and every stroke counts. And you think of that guy going down the stretch. I saw an interview with him. And he said he cried like a baby Sunday morning. He said he cried. He started crying. That's right. That makes me think they're not so tough. But
before he played his last round?
Before he played his last round, he cried.
He got it out of him.
See, I stayed up and listened to every commentation you could have on him. But it just tells me he's human, too, that this was a highly emotional thing. You were talking about the what that meant. I mean, the Masters, to win the Masters.
The mental strain of concentrating so hard for 4 rounds must be overwhelming. And when these guys finally put their last putt in the hole, they are drained, man.
Oh yeah. And those guys behind them, like Laurie McIlroy, he had no pressure at all on him. They made a great shot and all that, but the young man that did have a lot of pressure was the kid from
Australia,
and he came in there and scared the devil out of everybody by birdieing the first 2 holes and cutting it down to 1. Did it ever go to even?
No, he never. It got to
1.
I mean, Scheffler was winning by 6 strokes many times over the last couple of days, but it got down to 1 stroke early in the last round, and then I think it was the 3rd hole.
Yep.
Scheffler was off the green, had a tough chip shot, and then I think the Australian kid had a birdie putt, and you say, "Oh my gosh, this is going to be this kid's going to move into the lead or tie." Well, Scheffler hits this chip shot into the hole.
And everybody thought it'd be up, he would chip it high, but he chipped it low.
He hit one of those low runners that stops. They put so much spin on it, and it slows down, but it was, if that wouldn't have hit the flag, though, it was going to go past that hole.
Roll off the green.
8 feet or 10 feet.
And
so a little luck never hurts. And then I think the kid 3 putts. And so so you had about a 2-shot string out.
Turnaround,
And he was never really challenged after that.
Well, and you would think, you feel the pressure and everything, but this kid was immune to the pressure. It seemed like to me. But he did say in an interview last night that he said he started crying at home, at his hotel, I reckon. And his wife, he and his wife were sitting around, and he said he started crying because of the significance of winning that tournament.
Wow.
And it just shows me he's a young man that's got emotions, you know, and
Of course he does.
you know, this is the 4th win for him, which is phenomenal, and this so far this season. And I tell you what he does a lot better than everybody talks about is he's a good putter too. You know, he's a well-rounded player, but gosh, he made some crucial putts. You know.
I didn't see a weakness in his game.
Yeah.
He could drive it. Great iron play. He hits the clutch putts. You got to have the short game to scramble and save pars, and he did that over and over.
Let me tell you something. Oh, the day before, you know, where he got caught over in those bushes, you know.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, he did something that I don't. They didn't catch him at it, but I saw it with my own eyes. He was trying, when he was placing the ball down, he was trying to actually get some straw up underneath the ball. You know how I would do it all the time. That's exactly what I do. I'd get some straw underneath it so I could hit the whole ball. You know, I saw him in my eyes do that. He was trying to.
They talked about it.
That he was trying to.
Well, he uses the rules to his advantage. Yeah. He knew the rule book. And he was testing for roots under that ground with his tee.
That's right.
Because there's some roots under all those pine trees, and you can really hurt yourself.
And he was making them a little.
But he asked if he could pick up pine straw, and they said yes, as long as you don't touch the dirt. And so I think he actually got to place his ball not on the pine straw, but on the dirt. And this is after when he hit a Bill Rice Jr. shot into the woods.
Bill Rice Jr.
I told my wife, I said, she's never seen me play golf. I said, but if you did, I would be in the woods like this guy right here looking for balls.
But it looked like he was preparing him a little something to put his ball up on. It looked like to me that they didn't catch him.
Well, he hit, it was on number 18, which has that little narrow chute off the tee box. And I've always wondered why more people don't hit the trees and why that gallery is so close to the fairway. Well, they've changed the tee box a little bit, and now some players are hitting those trees 80 or 100 yards off the tee box. And dang if Sheffield didn't do it. Because he hits a cut, Mike. Here's what he does. He lines up on the right-hand side of the tee box. He wants to start it out and curve it that way. But to start it out to the left, he's got to get close to those trees. Well, he hit it into them. Went straight down. He had an unplayable lie. He's lucky they found the ball.
That's right.
But he pulled it out, got all his relief, did the stuff with the pine straw, and he had 243 yards uphill. And will tell us that green is straight uphill. And hitting his second shot, and you say, well, he's just going to chip it out 100 yards and get his hopefully get his bogey. Well, he hit a 2 or 3 iron onto the green from way back there. It was one of the more amazing shots I've ever seen.
Really
I think it rolled off the back of the green a little bit. But
that last shot in the second or third round, by getting out of it like he did, I mean, you know, you would think that knocking the ball knocking the ball where people couldn't find it, you know, and then having to move the ball like they did, just lose one stroke. That was
and I was wrong. He wasn't the second shot. He had a penalty stroke for unplayable lie. So he was hitting his third shot.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew it was the third
and
shot.
then he hit it up there, and then he got up and down from just off the green and saved the bogey, which kept his lead at 3. Huge shot.
Yeah, isn't it amazing that, you know, everybody now calls him a big scrambler. You know, they're great at scrambling and finding ways to score. But isn't it amazing that he was able to make a play almost every ball, regardless of where it was laying. And boy, I tell you, I know this. Will Matthews is going to be calling in today. He was saw the action on Friday.
That real windy and cold day.
That's right, sure was. But I'm sure he had a ball, and he'll be giving us some of his insight on the great golf tournament today, and we're looking forward to that. Of course, we've got a lot of high school baseball. Troy baseball, Troy University, the Trojans They swept Louisiana Monroe in
Awesome.
baseball. And anytime you sweep somebody, you've done something, I
Yeah,
tell you.
that's real big.
And Troy's pitching staff evidently performed very well in the games. And if one of the assistant coaches, or if Coach Meade will give us a call this morning, I know his wife has my card, yes, and so just call us this morning. We'd love to talk to you. Skylar Meade, the head baseball coach at Troy. And here comes the
Guten Morgen.
Morning.
Mike Amos calling in from whereabouts in Florida, Mike?
Beautiful Grayton Beach.
Grayton Beach, not far. Are you reckon there are people trying to get the boat in this morning? Is it calmed down from the weekend?
I don't know, man. That the red flag and the winds and the waves were huge. I don't know if boats are back out yet or not.
Yeah.
It was really rough. And PCB, when I stayed with you and Mom this weekend, I wouldn't think you'd be able to get the boats out yet.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's a lot of fun down there. A lot of vacationers all over the country. Is that right?
I bet they're all heading back though.
Yeah, Atlanta was the big one last week, and I think everybody's extremely happy that's over with. They always seem like cause issues throughout different spots down here. Rosemary had some issues. Seaside had issues. Apparently, not great parenting going on when they bring their kids down.
Mm.
Brady Hooner struck out 12 Andalusia Bulldogs as Charles Henderson beat Andalusia 3-1 in baseball this weekend.
Wow, 12.
Right. I tell you what, you can't stop showing great coaching. And hey, Brady Hooner had been coached by his granddaddy and his father all his life, and you strike out 12 Andalusians. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Very good. Awesome.
And
yeah, that's a baseball family right there.
That's right. That probably, if I had to name it, I would probably say it's probably the best baseball family to ever come through Troy and Pike County. Now you can.
That's some good ones.
That's some other good ones, of course. The Jenwright family,
Those Pew boys.
Those Pew boys were real good. But the Hooners and the Pews go at it, man. That'd be a pretty good showing right there. And then, of course, the Meadows pretty good. Brother Act, and I tell you, we're proud of these young men. And of course, Charles Simpson won 2 this weekend, and I don't know how they came out in the last part of it, but great win for head coach Chase Smart this weekend. So they're dancing in the streets of old Troy High School, Charles Simpson High School, as the Trojans prevailed this weekend.
Good job.
Great job. Troy baseball too had been struggling. They swept La Monroe. I think they were down by 5 in the last couple of innings yesterday. Came back.
Who led them? Do you know who led them? I'd like to hear from them.
I don't know. I'd have to go look it up. I just read it. They came back and won, I think, 13-10 yesterday.
What is their record in the conference when you get to doing your research?
I think they're 8-4 from what I read yesterday.
They're doing pretty well.
Well, that's pretty darn good. That's real good.
I tell you what, that was one of the weirdest endings to a major golf tournament you'll ever see yesterday. Scheffler double bogeyed from about 6 feet.
Yeah. And let me tell you something he did, and ladies and gentlemen, he did this, from what I gather, hearing some commentary. You know, after he missed that second putt, he walked back to his caddy and said, "How many more do I have?" You know, that got pretty scary there for a moment.
Well, I mean, he had a five-shot lead going into the last.
Yeah, but then, you know, and I'm sure they were laughing about it. But hey, he walked back there, and that's what he asked his caddy. He said, "How many do I have?"
I mean, when Roy McIlroy made one of the most unbelievable bunker shots you'll ever see in golf on 18 to go 8 under and toast 7, and then Scheffler, I think, bogeyed Cam Smith that golf tournament was, I mean, who knew what was going to happen? And then Scheffler just dominated down the stretch, and then of course Cam Smith made a triple bogey on 12, and the rest was history.
You know that play that he knocked it out of bounds. I reckon it's on 12, wasn't it? 12.
Hit it in the water.
Yeah, hit it in the water. It was part of A-Man's corner. But you know what? That's what everybody said. You don't unless the match is totally under control. You just don't hit it there to the right. They said because it's going to do exactly what that did. You know.
I would rather be long in the water.
Play it to the middle of the green.
I watched a lot of people that went long. They can't judge the winds. That's one of the toughest holes in the world with the wind blowing. But I saw a lot of people hit it up into the azaleas on that bank, and it would just bounce down.
Yeah,
it was like a backstop.
That's right, it was. But boy,
yeah, I tell you another guy that was impressive yesterday. I watched Shane Lowry, the guy, the Irishman.
Oh boy, he was.
He made a six on a par 3. All he did on the back, or after that, I think it was like 6 birdies. He made 7 birdies.
Yeah, he played well. I said, and you know what I was saying? I sure hope this guy don't win. He just doesn't look like a guy I would want to see win.
I like him though. He's a regular guy.
I know it, but I didn't want a foreigner winning. I'm very prejudiced when it comes to American and to a foreigner.
I told Dad this right on Saturday when I came by to stay with him at the condo with the girls. I mean, this is unbelievable to me. In Vegas, it was even money pretty much on Scotty Scheffler to win the Masters after 2 rounds.
Isn't that unusual?
Yes.
I mean, that was incredible. I feel like that was one of the greatest lines I'd ever seen. I mean, the guy was up 5 strokes.
Well, I'll tell you what it was, because I
into the 3rd round. That was incredible that you could get him at that low of a number.
I put $30 on it. He was minus 130. That meant to win 100.
You had to pay 30 to live.
That means you had to risk $130 to win 100. Or I don't ever bet that much. I risk $10. I risk $13 to win $10. I make little bitty bets.
You must have got it late, because my buddy got it at 115.
Minus 115. Well, I guess it was.
Yeah.
It changed all that where I had it. But you're right. I mean, your point's the same. That I jumped on it when it went up to minus 430 going into the last round. I put a little $14 bet, risking losing $52, just thinking that he was going to hold on and win.
Yeah, you know, as I wrote,
that right there, though, to me, though, is like, I don't know how in the world, though. I mean, I guess they felt Cam Smith was one of the hottest players in the world, which, I mean, everybody knows he is. But, man, I still could not believe what I saw when I saw that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people won thousands and thousands of dollars on that.
I bet so, too. I bet they are probably lost a lot of money on that bet right there.
No question
You know,
about
Harry Higgs yesterday almost made an albatross. Did you watch that?
Yes, I saw it on the highlights below. You know, I had him winning the tournament. That $10 bet would have made me $2,500 if he'd won it. But I put a little insurance bet and said that he's going to finish in the top 20, and that $10 bet won me $72, and he finished 14th.
Boy,
Tiger at the start of the tournament was to finish 51 or better, top 51 players in the tournament, and of course he made the cut. I think he finished 46. Of course, Tiger faded tremendously throughout the weekend.
Yeah, you could tell he was hurt. You know, he's still in pain because, you know, he limped pretty much all over the thing. I've never seen a tribute to any athlete or anybody any greater than that was with the tribute to
Tiger.
To Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, you look at what Tiger has done coming back after this injury, but then you look at all the stuff that happened off the course and all the other issues he had, and I mean, you know, you would think some people would not give him the fanfare, you know. I mean, some people would look at it and say, oh, you know, this guy, you know, did a lot of bad things or this and that. And then you got somebody like Mickelson that makes some comments about and stuff and talks about wanting to join a new golf league, and he's like a pariah. Like, I mean, they barely even showed him in past coverage.
Yeah, you're right. That's
one of the most legendary players in Masters history was barely even seen. I mean, it's just kind of baffling how
I think he's hurt himself.
Can love somebody so much and hate somebody so much the other way.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of like you ignore all these other off the course things with Tiger, but you know, Phil doesn't get the benefit of the doubt. This has been a great family man.
I tell you what, Mickelson might have blown it. I'm telling you. What if they come back?
A lot of people are saying he's suspended by the PGA Tour, and they're just not releasing that information. A lot of stuff happened with Dustin Johnson. He got suspended for 6 months several years ago due to some drug issues.
You know something about that what Mickelson did was, you know, it could, you know, evidently he doesn't have near the support. I can't see anybody else supporting him in this way. And
you're gonna have that league. It's just too much money. You're gonna have a lot of great European players playing, and you'll have a few Americans.
Do y'all watch the Golf Channel commentators on Channel?
Yeah.
Those guys are good, and the most cerebral of them is Brandon Chambly.
Yeah, I like him.
And then they've got this new guy, Paul.
I don't like that Englishman, but
I like him. I mean, but they're all the guys they have on that network are real thoughtful and intelligent. I think it's a higher level of conversation, which
especially
I like.
Chambly. I think he's
But Chambly kept harking on what Michael. He kept saying. A lot of these guys have been fixated on this new league and not worrying about their game so much. This story is bigger than just Phil Mickelson.
I think a little bit of greed.
Yeah, he says that lots of guys were all ready to pull the trigger and have been thinking about that. And
just think what that would do to golf. Think what that would do to golf. You would have you would have 2 or 3 different tournaments going on at the same time.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing for the betting public.
Here's what they want to do. Here's what they want. They want to create a big boy golf league that all the people that play are big name brands.
Yeah.
They don't have to pay out as much money to all the other players because they don't let those players play. I think it's just like what's coming to college football with a Tier 1 big boy league of Alabama and Auburn and a minor league, AAA league with Troy and Middle Tennessee and Southern Mississippi.
Yeah.
And you know who made that point this weekend and got some headlines? Dabo Swinney. Bill Rice Jr. has been talking about it for a year. It's going to be about 50 or 60 teams with the big brands and the attracted to the TV networks and the advertisers, and then everybody else on a lower level. But that's the same thing in that this golf league, I think, is what they're pitching.
You know,
the big question though is, will the NCAA control it though? I mean, that's what I mean. I don't know if they do the super Power 5 conference. You know, will the NCAA be involved?
No, they would get rid of the
I'll throw
NCAA.
in another little hitch.
Dabo is like really adamant about the name, image, and likeness, and not want to pull guys from the transfer portal. He makes a point where, you know, if I go out and bring in guys from the transfer portal, I'm just pretty much telling all these guys I recruited they're not good enough, and I don't want them. So he said my transfer portal's in the locker room.
Yeah. You know, in the pro deal, I would think another thing that might come into effect is their own money. They might put up their own money each week.
Oh,
you know, that's what
have
I'm saying.
Have they talked about that?
No, but it would make it quite a difference. You know, I can't get in there because I don't have the fee. You know, the fee to get in there. You know?
I really haven't studied it, but here's what my gut reaction would be: is that they're going to say 75 of the top famous golfers play. There probably won't be a cut, you know, and they'll get twice the salaries and the paychecks. And then all these people that have played the Corn Ferry Tour and all these other tours that are doing Monday qualifying, they won't be in the fields.
I'll tell you, Rice, it could ruin golf. I really believe it could. Because especially great events like the Masters. I think it would have a huge effect because those folks.
The Masters let players from all over the world, though. It's all about rankings, how you win the Masters. So if you're playing on the European Tour, the Saudi Arabian Tour, it's all about where you rank.
Yeah, the Masters is not owned has nothing to do with the PGA.
Yeah.
It's owned by Augusta National. They can do whatever the heck they want. It's like Phil. They said Phil could have played. You might be right. Phil might be suspended from the
Phil could have
PGA.
played.
Yeah, but the PGA can't tell the Masters what to do.
Yeah. It would have been great to see him in there.
Here's your earnings from yesterday. Scotty Scheffler won $2.7 million.
2.7 mil. He and that cutest little old wife. He's got the cutest little wife.
Yeah, beautiful wife. That was a great scene.
Cute as she be.
And McIlroy shoots 64, and all McIlroy did yesterday was finish second. He won $1.6 million yesterday.
So that little chip was something, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then Shane Lowry won $870,000. Cam Smith won $870,000. Colin Morikawa, after McIlroy chipped in, he chipped in on 18. He shot 67 yesterday. He won $600,000.
Yeah.
Will Zalatoris continues to play well at the Masters. He won $521,000. Corey Connors won $521,000. Justin Thomas came back and played pretty well after that 76 on.
Let me tell y'all another little betting story.
Let's see how much he won first. How much did he win?
He won $450,000. Sungjae Im won $450,000. Cameron Champ won $390,000. Charles Schwartzel won $390,000. Dustin Johnson won $330,000. Danny Willett won $330,000. So the top 12 will all be invited back for next year as well.
I had you can bet who has the low rounds each round, and the day before I had put Rory down.
Yeah.
I was a day too early, and I thought I'd put him down. I would have won a ton of money, but I did make one bet just for fun. It's like hitting the lottery on these big odd bets. I said a young player is going to shoot a low round because they're healthy and in shape. And I was impressed by this Zolotari from watching him all week. So I said, he's going to have the low round. So I put my little $10 bet on it. Well, you know who had the second low round behind Rory? If it wasn't for Rory doing what he did, it would have been Zolotari. And I would have been dancing a little two-step on that one.
I'll tell you.
Close,
folks,
but no cigar.
Yeah. Folks out there, and you can get it from here. His name is Scheffler. Very easily to remember. Just say Scheffler. Scheffler. Very easy to pronounce. And he's the champion of the world right now.
Well, it got confusing when you had Scheffler playing with Schwartzel.
That's right. Yeah.
Apparently Scheffler's really a young man of faith too. Apparently he's involved in a lot of stuff. Through the church.
Yeah.
And,
my kid sort of
through the PGA Tour, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, stuff like that. Apparently, he's really involved. And then a lot of people don't realize that Ted Scott, his caddy, who's his first-time caddy this year, they've won 4 times together. He won 2 Masters with Bubba Watson.
Yeah, that's right.
This is his 3rd Masters this guy's won now as a caddy. You don't think that helps? Having a guy like that on the bag?
And Bubba was there to greet this young man, so evidently they're good friends. Scheffler and Bubba.
I'll tell you one thing though. I was looking at the crowd throughout, and I don't know if they gave more tickets away this year or made up for people that had.
I know, and I said, how can
that looked like the biggest crowds I've ever seen.
Yeah, especially all right now. All right, there was a huge crowd with the front runners, and then. And when McIlroy and the other guy chipped in, did you see what kind of huge gallery that they had? So there was 2 huge galleries. I reckon they were right there together. Is that right? Was Amen's Corner? Was it Amen's Corner?
I mean, it's a lottery. It's a lottery ticket. So I mean, people that I'll go ahead and tell everybody this week you'll have an opportunity to apply for tickets through the lottery. Whether you get a ticket to the practice round or get a ticket to the actual event. That's worth going online and trying to do that. I know thousands and thousands, probably millions of people try to get tickets. But it's amazing how many people, I guess, the actual players can bring as well.
today, I've always heard that today the guys that carried the bag and some of the other
Some of the volunteers.
some of the volunteers got to
Yeah,
play the course.
Volunteers, anybody associated with the event will have an opportunity to play today.
Yeah, so that'd be quite a experience right there.
They do everything first class.
I also want to mention in baseball, Alabama went to Oxford this weekend and played number 7 Ole Miss and swept Ole Miss in baseball.
And it was on TV. And the game was on TV. You could have watched it.
What's Alabama's record in the SEC?
7-5. You know, we didn't even mention going into the weekend. It was Auburn's spring football game, and
Do they have their
apparently,
spring game?
apparently the kid from Hoover that transferred from Oregon won MVP.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
I completely missed that.
I didn't know it.
They played the 8A game the same weekend as the Masters, too.
Well, let me ask this. Will Alabama play on Easter weekend?
Alabama's this Saturday, that's right.
Yeah, they will.
So they're not.
Robbie Ashford makes a case for Auburn quarterback race with 8A MVP performance.
Well, tell us, what was the stats? Did you get that?
Yeah, I was looking at his stats. It didn't like anything that really blew you away. I think it was like, let me see if I can find his numbers. 12 for 16 for 132 yards, all against Auburn's first string defense.
Well, that's good to me. And
then Zach Calzada, the Texas A&M transfer,
he didn't play, did he?
Sitting out due to injury. So T.J. Finley, I think the writing's on the wall for that kid. I don't think he's going to be Auburn's starter.
Yeah. Well, they had a picture of another guy in the paper today, and I did pick up an advertiser when I was coming in, and he's a good-looking kid, no question about it. And but you know what they say? They say that they think he's about a third stringer right now.
The kid from Oregon?
Yeah.
From Hoover?
Well, the kid, Robbie Ashford, it says here.
Well, this is totally different, Dad. This is an article where he's the MVP of the spring game. They're saying that he's possibly leading the quarterback competition.
Oh, man. T.J. Finley and Texas A&M transferred Zach Calzada headlined the battle to replace Bo Nix. But and then says here, sidelined on 8A while he recovered from a shoulder injury. Oregon transfer quarterback Robbie Ashford plays potential. Let's this in a second string role. There you got it.
Well, I'm reading an actual article.
All right, Michael. Let's say
headline article is Oregon transfer Robbie Ashford makes case in Auburn QB race for 8A MVP performance.
Yeah, and then this article I'm reading, it says remember he flashed potential in a second string role.
Well, they just.
I would go with the guy that was the MVP going against the first string defense. Finley went against the second string defense and then put up the same numbers.
Well, let me just say this: he looks pretty, and that's what a lot of Auburn folks want. They want somebody that looks pretty.
They want somebody that wins.
I think when it's all said and done, Zach Calzada, the Texas A&M quarterback, will be the starter.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, he must have thought it was wide open, or he wouldn't have transferred, would he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think the interesting thing here is all these Oregon guys. Auburn got 3 guys from Oregon.
Yeah.
That went to Auburn. I wonder why those 3 guys didn't go to Miami to play with Cristobal down there.
Well, on this pro dole, they could have 5 guys from Texas say, "Hey guys, hey look, we're all good friends and everything. Let's transfer to Auburn."
Yeah, they could do it.
It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting to see Alabama in the spring. How much Bryce Young even participates? How much Will Anderson even participates? I would fit both of them out, to be honest with you.
Well, they're not going to let anybody get close to Bryce Young, so surely they'll let him play. Plus, Alabama only has 3 scholarship quarterbacks, and one of them would be a high school senior.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I'm going to be interested to see the Stinson kid, 5-star prospect, dad, head coach at UT Martin. I think that's going to be the guy I'm really excited to watch.
Well, wasn't it?
Alabama had no issues with letting Paul Tyson go. I mean,
No.
they were, I think, more than happy. To
Yeah,
keep
I
him
bet they
there.
were. You're right. It had even on now people think I'm crazy, but even Saban probably felt a little bit uneasy because Paul Jr. wanted his nephew to play.
Yeah.
Paul Jr. is the money behind Bama football.
Not his nephew, his grandson.
Is his grandson? Okay, his grandson. So Paul Jr. probably a little upset.
No, that's his uncle. That's Paul Jr. is Tyson's uncle. Paul Jr.'s
Your
was
friend, give us the
Paul-
lineage there.
Paul Jr. Coach Bryant had two children, Paul Bryant Jr. and Mae Martin, or I think.
Yeah, that's right, Mae Martin Bryant.
And then she married. She married one time and then divorced, and then she quickly remarried Judge Tyson from Montgomery.
Okay, all right.
And so Judge Tyson raised Mark Tyson. Judge Tyson was best friends with Bubba Trotman. That's from
Well,
Troy.
okay,
I knew Judge Tyson well. He was a real nice man. And then Mark Tyson graduates from Montgomery Academy, goes to Alabama, becomes a Sigma Nu, goes to Birmingham. He gets in the concrete business, makes a lot of money.
Yeah, I knew that Paul Jr. owned that Bama.
Paul
Bama,
Jr. probably got Mark into that business,
Yeah,
and then his son becomes a great quarterback. He's a good quarterback, and
I don't
he
think
comes
can,
in with to his little brother, and eventually last year was the backup and played a little bit. He's probably already graduated, but I don't think Paul Bryant Jr. anybody would. They got too much class to have put pressure on Coach Saban, and
he's already made his move though to Arizona State.
yeah.
It says he's the great grandson of Paul Bryant Jr. I mean, Paul Bear Bryant.
Well, he is the great grandson of Paul Bryant, but
How's he the nephew of Paul Bear Bryant's son?
Bear Bryant had two children, and
I know, but I thought that would have been his granddad.
well, let's see.
If he's Bear Bryant's great grandson, he's got to be the grandson of Paul Bryant Jr.
No, he was no. You're missing the fact that they got they have
Lineage, there's lineage there. I
there
promise.
there was this guy named Paul Bryant Jr. Then he had a sister named remarried and became Tyson.
I know, but that's not his granddad.
Paul Bryant Jr. is his uncle.
But it's saying it's his great grandson, Paul Bryant Jr.
He is the great grandson of Coach Bryant,
Yeah.
but not Paul Bryant Jr.
Okay, I thought Paul Bryant Jr. was Tyson's granddad.
No.
And he's either his grand. He might actually be his great.
He's a cousin.
His uncle or great uncle.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're all very close though, and Tyson got better. I think Tyson could maybe play at Arizona State. Yeah.
I didn't shave this morning, but I'm enjoying shaving on this show. But I'm really growing a beard. Can y'all see that?
I'm gonna tell you, I have built a better mousetrap in the world will be the path to your door.
Yeah.
I got a new Bic or who makes razors?
Yeah, for Christmas.
No, I got it at a Dollar General store.
Okay, yeah.
But they have reshaped it and redesigned the basic razor, and I tell you, it gives me the best shave
Really?
I have ever.
Well, I inherited some electric razors. My brother left me. My
This is
sweet
not
brother,
electric.
And I think about him every time I shave. But I can't really get any this fuzz off. I just can't get any of it off. But see, I'm growing a beard here.
You think you're growing a beard?
What do you think about it? What do you think about it, Nick? What now?
Michael, you could probably grow a beard in 11th grade.
Yeah.
I started growing a beard, I think, around 2021, and man, I just love it. I mean,
You do.
I trim it about once a month.
Do you little girls love that little old bird?
I shave my neck and shave my cheeks, and that's it.
You know, you were ahead of the times. Now I would say that at least half the population has a beard or some kind of facial hair.
You know, I've had one of my.
I tell you who's got a beard now. You hadn't seen him in a while, Dad. I've been seeing pictures of him, and I called him the other day and told him it looked good. Richard Calhoun's got a beard now.
Oh, he does? Well, he's a fine young man, I know that. And I guarantee you, he was worshiping Jesus Christ yesterday. I know that.
All right, here's your schedule for Troy's Key Day. Troy plays April 23rd, so you're talking about 2 weeks from now. Troy's Key Day schedule: 10 a.m. T-Roy's Fun Run. 12 from 2 p.m. lunch for the legends.
That's with Chan Gailey.
Larry Blakeney. No, not Larry Blakeney. Chan Gailey, Bear Woods.
I thought Larry.
Is Larry going to be there?
I don't know. They sure.
Well, he
did.
was here last week, so they've already had.
Yeah,
him.
that's right. They already did something.
Then Future Trojans Kid Camp is from 2 to 3, and then the Key Day games at 4 o'clock, sponsored by the Vance Law Firm.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a late kickoff. It sure is. That could help some people and not help some people.
Well, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, I am too. I'm definitely too.
This running back you say that's come out of the blue from the Texas A&M transfer that we haven't seen in 2 years, really.
Well, they say he's been hurt, and then they had the red shirt, and then the protocol. Well, not the protocol, but what do you get when with the that you went through the virus?
Yeah, you get an extra year.
That's right, got an extra year. You know, that's going to help some people a lot, don't you think, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's definitely going to help guys that we're not able to get on the field.
You know, like a Paul Bryant Jr., you know, it's going to help him develop, you know. I hope he plays. I hope he plays at Arizona State. You know, Arizona State, pretty good program.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah.
Softball had a rough trip to Louisiana Lafayette. Of course, Lafayette's one of the powerhouses of softball in the country, and always usually wins the Sun Belt. But Troy got swept over the weekend in softball.
Oh boy! Even Johnson, the Johnson girl got beat.
Well, I mean, everybody that pitched got beat.
Yeah.
But yeah, Troy got beat 7-1, and then lost on Sunday 10-0. So the
Oh
game
boy!
was close.
Oh boy!
Troy's now lost 4 in a row in softball.
Yeah. Of course, that's going to be tough.
Tough situation with an interim coach. The interim coach is,
Yeah.
You lose your head coach before the season starts.
Mike, do me a favor, and of course we're going to go to a break right here. Of course, our show is brought to you by Southern Grill and Patio. I tell you why, those grills are the best in the country, and also by Premier Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram truck. Nobody beats a Premier deal. Nobody. We'll be back.
I wish you could taste how much better food tastes when cooked on a Green Mountain grill. But I can let you in on the reason that's true. Our pellets contain water, so they create steam while you cook, keeping your food moist. Does a gas or charcoal grill do that? I think not.
Come and see us at Southern Grill and Patio, just off the square in Troy.
It's Ford Truck Month. America, you know what to do. Now's the time to get after the best deals on Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, 45 years straight. Also, great offers on Ford Ranger and the new Ford Maverick. Ford Truck Month is here, so let's get after it. Get 0 for 60 plus up to $1,000 bonus cash plus a no-charge 3-year Ford Protect Premium Maintenance Plan on F-150.
A personal touch, a high level of trust. Whether it's checking and savings accounts, personal or business loans, or our local friendly service. That's what Troy Bank and Trust customers expect. But now we offer more. Free identity theft protection for our new and existing customers, protecting your family's time, money, and good name from identity theft. Because protecting your identity is now a big part of our identity.
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered radiologic technologists, bringing the best in women's healthcare to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center.
Murphy's in.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's good, but it's fun. Hey, they've got about First Baptist got about 60 or 70 people in their choir.
Well, we're talking about the size of the choirs at different churches, and I didn't know that. First Baptist, I bet, has a great choir.
They have a big choir, and it's one of the very best in this part
My
of the
wife
country.
was in the First United Methodist Church choir
I'm
with
sure it's good.
Muriel Saunders and
Tommy Murphy.
yep, and Miss Bassett. Matter of fact, Thursday we're having a cake and pie sale. Don't forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So that's the first. Is that the First Methodist Church doing
Well,
that?
it's a lady that's real active in the First Baptist Church.
Okay.
It's a professional educator group.
And we're going to do that Friday. Is that
Thursday.
right? Thursday. Okay, Thursday.
So if you need some Easter cakes and cookies and pies, hold tight. You got them coming.
We sure do, and it's going to be good and fun. I'll tell you what. I'll go ahead and do this right now. Mrs. Lee, I want a cake, if you don't mind. I would like a cake, and I'll bring you some nuts if you need it.
My wife can make some good cookies. She's making some cookies
Yeah.
for this thing.
Of course, it is wonderful. Some of the cooks that we have in Troy, Alabama. Of course, we're still talking about the famous, now famous Scheffler golfer. Of course, he's
Well, he brought the green jacket back
Scotty
to
Scheffler's
America.
a well-known
after,
name now.
Last year was the first time a Japan golfer had won. That was a big deal. But now,
I hate to be prejudiced about these golfers, but I just don't. I want an American to win. I'm rooting for all the Americans out there. And this young Australian's going to be a good golfer, no question about it. But
you know who I'm rooting for though, who's not an American, is Rory McIlroy
Yeah, he's a good kid.
to get the career Grand Slam. All he needs is the Masters. I hope he gets it.
and I'm worried about what Bubba's going to do.
Bubba's all right.
But I would think Bubba might go along with.
And the other tour.
Yeah, this other deal.
Well, he would be the type of golfer that they would go at. They're looking for the name brand famous golfers, and he's one of them.
Yeah. Did he do anything in the tournament, Mike? Did he ever do anything much?
I think he finished like +6.
Oh yeah, we got it sitting right in front of us. I'm sorry, I've got it right here.
Troy baseball, we missed a swept. La Monroe, they won the first game 7-2. Second game they won 12-7, and then the last game they won 13-10.
Oh man! All right, we got a call coming in right now. It must be Bud. Must be.
Let's see.
Must be Will Matthews.
Hold on 1 second. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A.
Hey, Bill, it's Will Matthews.
Hey, the guy that was there for the 53rd
Will
time.
Matthews, won't you please come home? Will Matthews, you just got back with all those yuppie friends of yours, and did you have fun?
Yeah, I took my daughter. I don't take anybody but family members to the Masters.
Why is that, Will?
It costs too much money.
Have you got my hats, Will? That's all I want to know. Have you got my hats?
I got your hat.
You want me to be down there today, or when do you want me to come get them?
You come down there today. I've got them at my office. Just
All
come
right.
down and give them to you.
Okay, brother.
He got
Will
one for
Matthews,
me. He got some for Michael. Thank you very much, Will.
I got one for Bill. I got 2 for Michael and 2 for you.
Okay. You know,
I thought about you, and I watched some on Friday, and I said, somewhere out there is Will Matthews.
You know, I might get.
Hey, we went Thursday and Friday. We went 2 days.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, tell us about it, Will. We want to hear it.
I tell you, the weather was rough Friday.
Was it real cold?
The men from the boys on Friday, and then Saturday it was probably worse.
Mm-hmm. Saturday was
But
really
it was
cold.
cold and windy. I mean, it was pretty tough.
Yeah. And did you see your buddy any at all? Was he
I
around?
did not. He didn't get to the course until 2 o'clock Friday, and we left about 1 o'clock Friday.
And that was Bob Jones's grandson.
Bob Jones, the fourth, yeah.
The fourth, that happens to be a good friend of yours. Now, let me, there's something else I brought up a Vanderbilt player this weekend. Somebody was talking to me about him.
Well, it looked like on TV that there were a ton of people, a lot of patrons, as they call them. The flowers looked like they were a little bit in bloom. The azaleas were you could see them in some spots.
Well, they were good when I got there, and then the wind and the all that knocked them off the bushes.
Wow.
Now, Now, you realize that Scheffler is no ordinary golfer. He is also a scholar. He went through some school at the University of Texas that was one of the tops in the country. Is that right?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, Mike. I'm gonna surprise you with this.
Okay.
That's Scheffler's second Masters title.
How's
the
that?
second time he's won the Masters.
How's that?
He won the Future Masters.
Oh my gosh.
He did. I did not know that. That he won the Endothan, the Future Masters.
What year did he win that? You know?
2006. He was 10 years old. He won the 10 and under.
Did he really? Now, so, you know, he comes from probably a wealthy family, wouldn't you say, to be able to play in that tournament? Yeah.
Well, he played, they say he played in like 150 junior tournaments, and he won 90 of them.
Yeah, I saw that.
He was that good.
Yeah.
He was a prodigy in junior golf then.
Well, all right, Will, just give us your whole analysis of what approach that you received going over there.
Your top observations.
Well, I mean, it's the golf course basically is the same. They added about 20 yards to 15, and if you'll notice, very few people could go over the water on 15.
They did hit it up short. You're right.
They changed 11. They changed 11 too.
Not one eagle on 15.
And that's unusual, really.
Yeah.
Well, but
who did you follow on Thursday and Friday? Did you get to see Tiger at all?
Are you a reward member? Thank you. Let me order my coffee and then I'll.
Wait, let's give whoever it is a free commercial on that. Where are you at?
It must be a Starbucks or something.
You know, Troy's got a Starbucks.
They asked if you're a rewards member at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Did you know Troy has a Starbucks now?
I went
I'm a
to
rewards member at McDonald's, but I don't ever do it.
I went to our.
I
didn't know that was even possible.
Oh yeah.
I went to our new restaurant out there by.
They got a new fish restaurant.
5 degrees below zero, and the new shopping center, and the deli restaurant, and had a Reuben. But I saw the Stones, Judge Stone and his wife. You know where they've just come back from?
Where?
London.
Oh, really? That was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I tell you, I would have been scared to make a trip like that with what was going on.
Yeah, but the people are now traveling internationally. I'm happy, and they were getting over jet lag and just gotten back. But,
well, let me tell you, we got a new seafood restaurant out there too. Did you know that?
No.
A brand new seafood restaurant in Troy, Alabama, and
where the Huddle House used to be.
That's right. Yeah, where the Huddle House used to be.
Y'all were asking me a question. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. I was asking you on Thursday and Friday, who did you follow, and did you get to see Tiger at all?
Tiger teed off late Friday. We didn't see him. We saw him some on Thursday, which is really the day he played well on Thursday. And, you know, I watched Tiger. He was walking, he was holding his club as a walking stick going up the hill. Now, that looked pretty unusual.
Yeah.
He was hurting.
I could tell he was. Yeah. But now, you know, like you said, if he could have putted, tee the green. He was good as any on money.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't think now he's going to break Sam Steve's all-time wins record. A lot of people think he'll win again. A lot of people think he maybe will possibly win another major. He's already come out and committed to the Open Championship, so he's going to go overseas and play in that. He said he didn't know if he was going to play in the PGA Championship yet. But I definitely think Tiger, if he gets healthier on the right weekend, can break Snead's record for sure.
I don't know, Michael. He looked so pathetic. He looked pathetic, really.
You know, he didn't.
Barely walking around.
I felt the last 2 rounds he did, but I feel like if he plays on I mean, you know better than anybody, but Augusta's real hilly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figure I walked 15 to 20 miles in 2 days.
Oh man.
Wow.
I mean,
I think if Tiger plays on a flatter course that he doesn't have to walk, you know, up hills and all that, put so much pressure on that leg. You got to think that he gets stronger as the years go on.
Well, you know,
one thing he'll do when he turns 50 years old, he'll play and he'll ride a car. He'll play with the Champions Tour.
Yeah,
that'll make a big difference.
If Nicholson can win almost at 51, I would imagine Tiger could at least win one more tournament at 46.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you
maybe
what,
47, 48, or 49.
Let's just say this: if exposure is what he needed, he got it. That was the most exposure I've ever seen a individual golfer get.
Y'all can tell me quickly. I know Will and Michael can. How old was Tom Watson when he almost won the British Open? I mean, he was
58.
Yeah.
So
59. Yeah. He was old.
Tiger can still, on these courses that he knows well, he can still contend for 10 more years. Yeah.
Well, those top 4 golfers that came around at the same time, Mike, name me the 4. Tom Kite. Tom Kite was one of them.
When Tiger came around?
Yeah, but I mean,
No, not Tiger, but those 4 top golfers. Tom Kite. Then you had.
Tom Kite was famous for making a ton of cuts
and
being in the top 10 all the
He's a
time.
commentator. Does commentary now.
Curtis Strange?
Curtis Strange. And then my buddy Lenny Watkins, Kite, and one more.
Davis Love the third?
No, it was before, a little bit before them. But those were
Debbie
4.
Foster?
No.
Well, you have people like Bernhard Longer.
I mean, what years are you talking about?
Well, when Tom Kite played, and Curtis Strange, and Tom Watson might have been around that time.
I mean, Hal Irwin was a great player.
Yeah, but gosh, I'm trying to think of the other one.
All right, Will Matthews, put you on the spot. Scotty Scheffler's 25 years old. How many majors does he win?
I'd say maybe 4.
Well, that's great. Do you think he'll try to win 4 in a row here?
Well, a lot of guys, they win 1 or 2 majors. They just basically hang it up for the rest of their career. They're spoiled. They aren't hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they're all friends. That's what's so crazy. There's no enemies in golf.
Yeah.
No.
Now Couples came around. Couples would almost fit in with that bunch, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, he was in that era.
All right, they'd be Fred Couples now. And of course, at one time he was the top golfer in the world. Where did he play?
If you look at Couples only won 15 times on the regular tour, but he won the Masters, and then I think he won 2 or 3 Players Championships. Is that how he got in the Hall of Fame, Will?
I don't know. But the Hall of Fame is just fickle. I don't know how that works now.
Yeah.
He should have.
He's got to win at least 10 tournaments. I know that.
Couples had a chance to win
the number is three majors will get you in the Hall of Fame for sure.
The first PGA played at Shoal Creek. Couples was right there and could have easily won it. And I think an Australian named Wayne Grady won it.
Yeah, no one where?
Yeah, at Shoal Creek.
No,
Fred Couples could have won.
now our Mexican golfer won two straight.
Lee Trevino won there one time too.
I think he won
Yeah,
one.
Lee Trevino won in 1984.
He won two. Trevino didn't he?
I don't know how many. He won a PGA in North Carolina one time. He won at Shoal Creek one time.
Yeah.
Trevino won 6 majors.
Yeah, he won the British Open twice, U.S. Open twice.
You know that is really phenomenal. Really is.
They had a great feature on Gary Player right before Sunday's round on CBS. I watched most of it, and boy, he was a great player, and he actually won the career Grand Slam before Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer.
I'll tell you what, he could have challenged any of them. He was a great golfer. You know, I didn't.
Arnie never won the Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Arnie missed the PGA. He did not win the PGA.
But didn't Arnie win?
Tom Watson didn't win the PGA either.
Yeah. You know, Tom Watson and Kite and those guys came around about the same time, didn't they?
Yes.
Kite's younger than Tom Watson.
Yeah. Okay. So he and oh boy, I tell you, man.
Tom Kite only won 1 major though, Dad. He wasn't a great player. He
Well,
won a
I
lot
mean,
of money,
no. I was trying to fit the group that played together. Strange played at the same time, and then Couples played with Kite. Don't you think?
Yeah, that same era.
Greg Norman was probably the dominant player back then.
Yep.
Yeah, but I love those guys from.
There was another foreign golfer that he smoked. I remember that he won a couple of majors, and you don't hear from him anymore. Kind of tall guy that he was in the Norman's era too.
He may be dead.
No,
I'll tell you a guy. Well, maybe I don't. I don't know.
Well, there's
Weisskopf. Weisskopf was he's just on the tail end of Palmer and that bunch.
He never. I mean, did he? I think he won 1 major.
But he was big and strong.
He was always in contention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't win a lot of majors. Kite didn't win a lot of majors. A lot of golfers you think would have won a lot of majors really didn't.
Yeah. Strange won 1 major, didn't he?
He won 2.
2, did he?
He could have won. He famously had a disaster at the Masters where he could have won there too. He won back-to-back U.S. Opens. I remember that.
Of course, he was a Wake Forest golfer, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mike, I played a lot of golf with his twin brother back in college.
Well, don't tell me he even had a twin brother. Where'd you get that kind of information, Will?
Mike, I played golf with his twin brother probably 20 times in college.
I've studied golf all these years.
He played at East Tennessee State.
Are you serious? Well, what happened to him in the pros?
He never made a pro. He was a good player. But
isn't that amazing? I did not know that, and I think that'd be a great trivia question because I never realized he had a twin brother.
You know, golf is Michael hardly ever plays, but he loves the game of golf. I don't play anymore.
Mike, he's got a twin brother. He's got an identical twin brother. He's identical.
Oh God!
I've heard that.
Oh, God.
His name's Alan Strange.
Scheffler joins a great group of Longhorns to win major championships. He joins Ben Crenshaw that won 1984, 1995 Masters. Tom Kite won his only major, the U.S. Open, in 1992. Mark Brooks won the PGA Championship in 1996. Justin Leonard won the Open Championship in 1997. Jordan Spieth won was looking at my Masters sponsor yesterday. It's made in Vietnam.
Back to our show, brought to you by the wonderful people at Bird Drugs on the corner in downtown Troy, and I tell you, they've got breakfast going right now, and it is delicious. And also by the Matthews Law Firm. Will Matthews, attorney at law, has been in the business now. Will, how long?
40 years for me.
All right, Will, when you were coming along, and within a 4 or 5 year period, who were the top golfers at that time?
When I was coming along,
Yeah, that you might have even played.
Nicholas, Trevino, Gary Player.
What?
Oh, you talking about? I'm talking about pro golfers.
No, but
Talking about when you were playing golf.
yeah, back when you were playing golf.
Well, I played. I was younger, but I played with in college. Jerry Pate, Andy Bean played in Florida.
Yeah.
Chip Beck played at Georgia.
Yeah. You know, Chip Beck and Andy Bean really never played very well, really, did they?
Chip Beck shot a 59, and
Yeah, I know it did, but he didn't win many tournaments, did he?
I don't know. Michael can Google it.
You know, in fact,
He's the guy that's now over the Masters committee. He played at Florida. Didn't you play against him?
Who's that? Fred Ridley? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If Fred,
Man, how tall is Fred Ridley? About 6'6"?
no, he's tall.
well, you're 6'2", 6'3", aren't you?
6'3", yeah.
You know, and
Scotty Scheffler is at least 6'4". He's a really tall guy.
but now let me tell you something else. Let me tell you something else. 1 year ago or 2 years ago, he was 5'11". He was a late bloomer. Or
He's 25 years old.
well, all right.
Maybe when he was like you.
All right, they said that he was a late bloomer, and he went from being 5'11" to 6'4".
Is that what he is now, 6'4"?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's what happens. Well, it happens to all kind of basketball players. Over 1 year or one summer, they happened to Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and.
Yeah, we're watching the. And I'm sure you spent some time around the warm-up pit.
I would say driving's the least
Really?
part of my.
Yeah, they got big fairways at the Masters.
The fairway
be perfect.
But what I'm saying, they got you got to hit it a long ways too, though, don't you?
Well, they all hit it. They all hit it a long way, but the key to the Masters is your iron shots and getting up and down. That's the key to it.
You know, I heard Faldo say yesterday, the big day was the third round for Scheffler on
The all-new Troy Regional Women's Diagnostic Center brings all of the latest and advanced 3D mammography and breast ultrasound services to the Troy area in our all-new outpatient facility. Dr. Lauren Thorington, along with our team of certified breast specialists, read your mammograms, which are performed by our registered...
I don't know if there's controversy about that or not, but I felt like that was more than 2 club links too out those woods.
And it looked...
He used his driver, Michael, to measure, and there was a rules official there right there helping him do it.
Was
Yeah,
this...
I mean, I saw the guy there, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, golly, that looked like that was going to be sure double bogey.
Yeah.
And then he gets, makes an unbelievable shot, makes just a bogey.
It looked like he was...
That changed the whole thing
To me, Will, it looked like he was improving his lie a little bit. Nobody caught, like he was trying to stack up the pine straw a little bit.
It caused him a stroke to move it, though.
Oh, it did? Well, yeah.
Now, he got to place the ball because when he dropped it, it rolled.
Oh, okay, that's what I was talking about, though. When he was placing it, it looked like he was trying to work his way up and get the ball underneath that pine straw.
Now,
it really is amazing that, like, Justin Thomas is in the water twice on 13 and got at both times made pars on par 5. It's amazing what these golfers can do.
That's who my daughter had in the pool, was Justin Thomas.
Did she really?
He just
I had Hobble and his doing 3 or 4.
Yeah. Michael kept talking about this kid, Higgs.
No, Higgs. I was talking about Higgs.
All right, tell me about Higgs. Hey, you could have won big money with Higgs, couldn't you?
Oh yes. I won some money on him. Picked him to finish in the top 20. The reason I put a little $10 bet on him is because I watched the feature on him on the Golf Channel right before the tournament, and I liked him.
Will, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be down there. You'll be around this morning?
Absolutely. I got
right.
5 hats sitting back here.
Yeah, okay. Did you have a good time working in Troy last week?
I did. I always like coming up there.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I owe Neil a hat, too. I'll give it to you gifted.
All right, okay. All right, okay. Neil,
Will, thank you so much for doing that. That's going to be something I'll wear for 20 years.
Well, you've become to have good rapport with all these guys around here in the TV business, don't you? And you will.
And what now?
You've gained rapport with all these guys around here, haven't you? You know all these guys.
I like them.
Hey, has your brother Warren gone over to the Masters like you do?
No, he's been several times, though. He goes with rich people.
All right, Dad, it's 8:15. We got to wrap it up.
Okay, well, hope you've enjoyed our show today. We'll be seeing you in just a few minutes. And,
all right, good talking to y'all.
All right, good to hear from you too, and we look forward to hearing from you, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow on Today in LA. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you then.
Radiologic Technologists, bringing the best in women's health care to the Troy area. Troy Regional Women's